Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy new week. And I'm here next to me with my amazing author, Mandi Stevenson, author of Shazam. Show us your book.
Shazam!
I love that. I'll show you guys actually a little bit of a closer picture so you can see it better. Here's the book. Discover your aha moments and take that quantum leap. That's Mandi's book, guys, and Mandi's on the Central Coast. Is that right, Mandi?
No, far south coast, New South Wales.
Oh, far south. Is that Merimbula, though? Yes.
Merimbula.
Yeah, that's far south. I don't know the coast. Somewhere. I know you're in one of my favorite holiday spots.
That's right. Yeah, just near the Victorian border. Yep.
Yes, yeah, I love that. And thank you for joining us. And I'm going to give these guys an official introduction before we get stuck into it, because I know Mandi's got lots of practical, cool tips to share with us from what she's written and what she does with people. And that's the kind of stuff that I always love, because afterwards I'll go and implement something straight away, Mandi, which is what I recommend. If you're going to listen to any interview or anyone that, you spend time, kind of learning something, you put it into action. Otherwise, nothing happens, right? All right. So let's give you the official introduction. Mandi is an author, kinesiologist, spinal flow practitioner, and coach who has a passion for inspiring and empowering people to discover their aha moments and go from stuck to Shazam. I love doing that. Shazam. A lifetime of working with people through their most challenging times, from drought-stricken farmers, struggling young mums, and clients with health challenges, has led Mandi on a path of discovering solutions, including the amazing Redox breakthrough. This is what I want to find out. What is this today? Mandi's passion for living her best life led after struggling with her own health challenges, when at the age of 40, she felt like a 70-year-old. And now she's almost 69 and feels like a 40-year-old. So her magic recipe and desire encourages people to power their potential, to live the life they love and love the life they live, connecting mind, body, and spirit that is uniquely you. All right, Mandi, that's awesome. Thank you so much for giving up your time this morning.
Thank you.
With my audience and your fellow authors who, I love how supportive this community is.
Yes, fabulous.
So why did you write a book, and how long had you been thinking about writing a book, first of all?
Thanks COVID, I think that was what stimulated it. But over my, quite a few years, I've assembled a lot of stuff in my brain from lots of experience and learnings and training. And I had written a book about 20 years ago when I was at university, but it was only a self-published. So I realised that wasn't the way to go. But during COVID, a couple of my friends had started to write a book, and I thought, maybe now's the time. I need to get all of that stuff out of here and into a book. So I, of course, across Facebook, saw your ad for your 48-hour author and thought, I'll do the half-day workshop. And that was on the 15th of September. And on the 15th of December, I sent my book off to the editor. So 3 months from go to woe.
Yeah, you came to the November retreat, is that right?
I did, November retreat, yes.
So really, you attended the November retreat, and the book was in less than a month after that retreat.
Yes. Yep.
And then it was in your hands when? After December, after you handed it in?
Yeah, well, we launched in May.
We
launched on the 1st of May. So, was in my hand late February, etc. But we were gearing towards Mother's Day. So there was a whole marketing aspect to it.
So it really was done in 3 months following the retreat, but with the a bit later. Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
So I know you've got so much wisdom. Tell us a little bit about your background story about why you felt like you were 70 when you were 40 and now you feel
okay. I studied science. I had 4 children when I was very young, and I studied science, but biology. Always had a passion for human health, but because we lived in a country town, there wasn't the opportunity to follow that up the way I wanted to. So I was working with environmental science and agriculture for a long time, and I became quite ill with an autoimmune condition, which made me sort of feel really achy and flu-like and things for a long time, for sort of about 20 years. So that's why when I was 40, I really struggled to walk. I struggled to help on the farm, because we had quite a large farm. We had 2,000 acres. So, you know, I was sort of expected to be the farmhand as well as working and things like that. And I really struggled then. And I then I found some good nutritional products, etc., which got me back on track, and I got me back to work and things like that. But I still struggled, and then bam, I had a heart attack. So that was a heck of a shock. So so I then decided I wasn't following my own passion, my own heart, and I then started studying kinesiology and spinal flow, etc., because I've always been very interested in the psychology of illness. But I always felt that there was also a missing link, that doctors, etc., weren't able to find. Why can't we get to the basis of these sorts of illnesses? They're not just emotional. There's more going on in the body, which led me then to the Redox breakthrough.
So what is this Redox breakthrough? Tell me first. I want to know that one first.
Well, okay, it's a little bit of science, because it's an amazing technology that for 20 years, for 2 decades, science sort of said it was impossible, and it's produced in every cell of your body. And they've stabilized these molecules outside the body, and it's only been around for 10 years. There's no copycats. No one else is even in the rear vision mirror for it. So I can give you a website, or if you go onto my website, you can actually follow through, rather than me trying to explain it all with science here. But it has been an absolutely phenomenal breakthrough. And in any area of health, they're having some astonishing results, because it's totally native to the body. It's actually produced in every cell of the body. And I mention it quite a bit in my book. I've got sort of a whole section on the redox biology there. So yeah, and for many, many doctors are now calling it the missing link. It's a whole new category of science, a breakthrough in health. It's going to be a bit like penicillin was in the last century.
Wow. Okay, perfect.
Very
All right, we'll go check out and read more information, because of course we would have to have hours to go through some of this stuff. But you came in today saying you're going to give us 6 easy steps to go from stuck to Shazam, which is some new stuff that you've been working on as well.
Yes, yeah.
On top of the book. So like, tell us, give me the 6 steps.
6 steps. Well, I guess it happened. It's evolved since the book, since I started running some online courses as a result of the book, and I realized that people are going through these 6 steps. So the first one is you're stuck. Obviously, you're stuck, but it's about sitting and working out exactly where you are stuck. So it's the why, where, how, and spending a bit of time working out where in your body where you are stuck. Then you move along to the next step, which I call sitting in the chaos. And it's a really crucial step to do, because you have to be able to sit in the chaos without trying to work anything out for a while, to allow the insights to come to just allow stuff to come to you to help you work through it. Step 3, of course, is self-sabotage.
Okay.
Yes, so that's a big one, because we all go through that self-sabotage. And if you haven't sat in the chaos long enough, or if you haven't really identified where you're stuck, you often don't get the aha moments. So sitting in the chaos allows the aha moments to come. And then once you've got those aha moments, you're less likely to go back into to allow self-sabotage to occur, because if self-sabotage occurs, you slip back into stuck. So you tend to go in a little cycle around those first 3.
Right.
So then you can identify what your triggers are for the self-sabotage, etc., and listen to the little voices that are sitting on your shoulder, like negative Nelly and whinging Wayne, and, just tell them to get off your shoulder. So this is all stuff I go through in my online courses.
Yeah.
And then we move up, and that also resonates with the chakras. So self-sabotage is all about your empowerment. It's all about your solar plexus. So then we move up into the heart chakra and talk about self-love, and really start to recognize yourself and and love yourself, and write love letters to yourself and things like that. Then we're moving on up into the throat chakra and accepting the fact that you are who you are, and choosing the new life that you love, and stirring the goddess within, stirring the wizard within, whichever you relate to. And then we move on up into being seen, being heard, allowing yourself. So if you haven't gone through all those other steps, you're not ready yet to do the be seen, be heard type of thing, which is then coming up into the third eye. And then Shazam, of course, crown chakra, connection with the divine, connection with your true self, your dream, wherever you want to go. So yeah, so that's where I like to guide people through those steps.
I love that. I love that. And it has that natural flow.
Mm.
From psychology that I've studied, I often, there's those stages you go through: denial, anger, blame, depression, acceptance, and resurgence, which, as you were talking ago, I can identify, because it is the first half of it. It is all the crap.
Yes, it's the chaos.
The chaos and all that kind of stuff that you sit in. And you've obviously, explained it with the chakras, and how, how people can understand it in a different way with some examples and, alignment of all of those different things. I love that, because sometimes people just want something to be fixed rather than actually sitting in it and allowing it. Yeah.
When you recognize that, out of chaos a star is born. So, it makes you feel more positive about sitting in the chaos, and that's when your aha moments occur. And that's where you can really make some changes. So a lot of people like to refer to it as sitting in the stillness, because you have to be still in your body, or still in yourself, to sit in the chaos while it's going around you. So, both of those, but a really crucial second step. People try to jump. Don't want to do that, want to go straight on, but it doesn't work. So
it doesn't work, the push, because I'm just reflecting back on when COVID hit and we all got stuck. We all got stuck in some, and how did we kind of work through all of those different things? And then throughout the year, there's moments of little stuckness, but you still got to work through through them and all that kind of stuff. And I always kind of know, but I have to remind myself with awareness that when I'm feeling really crappy, there's some good stuff on the other side of it.
There will be, yes. Out of the chaos a star is born. Just remind yourself.
Or the next level of evolution.
Yes.
The
new normal.
I guess, what about some advice? What about for people who get in that cycle of those first 3 steps, they don't move past the self-sabotage? Because sometimes that's what I find, especially with people wanting to write a book.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They'll be like stuck, don't know what to do. What was the second stage that you said?
Stuck and then sit in the chaos.
So they're sitting in the chaos. I kind of relate that to thinking for many, many years. About it. And then they decide to do something, and a self-sabotage pattern, something happens, and something could be, I've had people's family deaths or an illness or something massive that puts that roadblock. And then they go back to stuck and then sit for another 10 or 5 or 10 years. And they do this cycle, especially writing the first book over and over. What do you say? And what's some of the advice of how does someone move past? Because there are people who are not as aware of their own patterns.
Yeah, and I think a couple of those things are that the third step is actually stirring the goddess. So, if you can start to sort of think that that's the next step you want to get to, that's when you can start to get the excitement. But while you're in self-sabotage, you really need to be identifying the triggers that are triggering that. And also the other thing is timing. Sometimes the timing is not quite right, but you can also make excuses that the timing is not quite right. So you really have to start to identify, what is it that I'm sabotaging? Is it I'm sabotaging myself, nobody else? So, is it a trigger, or is it a truth, basically?
And would you say to identify triggers, is it helpful for people to work with others like yourself? Because sometimes we might not be even aware what's our trigger. We're just doing it because it's something maybe autopilot, and it's so much out of our comfort zone. So therefore we're just manifesting situations.
And often it's not the answers that someone like myself will give. It's just the conversation, and the person, you can almost see their eyes go, oh, that was my trigger, or yes, that's what I'm excited about. Because, to write a book, anything, you have to have the end result in mind. You've got to have the why. Why am I doing this? Why do I really want this book? And that has to be at the forefront of anything you do, whether you're building a business or whatever it is that you're doing. So you've really got to have that why in front of you. So the mindset is crucial. This is why
I talk probably for a good 40 minutes in my seminar on the why at the start.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's right.
If you don't have a big enough reason why, you'll make an excuse, and it'll be it's not the right time, or I don't have the money, and it's not.
You'll have all the excuses.
And it's probably not the real thing. Underneath is the real thing, and usually it's tied in with self-worth and self-love and permission to to take that next step. I love
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. But you've got to get excited. You've got to get the emotion behind the why, which won't, and unless you do that, you won't stir the goddess, stir the wizard within.
The emotions, people make emotions, decisions through emotions.
Through emotions.
Rather than logic. They were justified by logic.
Yes, yes, that's exactly right.
I love that. So that's kind of the emotional side of things. And then you've got the redox stuff, which is like some of the more practical.
That's the physical that underpins. Yeah. Physical and energetic. Yeah.
Energetic one. And you have 2 quick energy boosters that you want to share with us. I want to know what are those? As if I don't have enough energy. I just want more.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think I need to show you what they are.
I always love new hacks.
You can probably teach us. I've got a whole, a daily energy routine that I, can run through, but that's a little bit more complicated. But a couple of the simple ones is, our energy runs through meridians in our body, but it also runs in a figure of 8 pattern across our body and across our head. And one simple thing that I find really useful if I'm feeling a bit sluggish is to just gently wipe one hand from this shoulder across to that hip, and then the other one across to there. And can you feel the tingle in your body? Can you feel the energizing in your body when you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're actually just activating the energy flow in your body. So that's a really simple, easy one to do. And the other one is just to sort of, tapping. I think you've probably heard of tapping.
I've heard of tapping. I don't do it, but just doing some of those things. Yeah.
So some of those things. So, and you can go through the full tapping routine, trying to change a paradigm or change your thoughts. Yeah. But what you're doing is you're tapping on the end of the meridians. So once again, you're energizing the energy flow through the meridians. I mean, the Chinese have known about the meridians for thousands of years, so it's not new. So that little tingle that you can feel in your body, that's the redox flowing through your body, because the redox is the electricity in the body. So it's a little.
Are there redox molecules in our body, and then there is something else that can supplement as well?
Yes,
more.
Absolutely. Yeah. So they're produced in every cell of your body. We've got 70 trillion cells, so there's quite a few. Wow. So yes, they're the electricity. We produce energy and electricity. So the redox molecules are crucial. They're the step between gene expression the DNA and the gene expression. They're the signal that goes between the two.
Got it.
So it's a little bit like, you've got your house is on fire and you're in the fire brigade and you've got all the fire brigade and the flash truck and all the firemen and everything else out there. But if your cell signal's not working, the message doesn't get through. So that's what the redox does. It's the signal, the cell signal. So it really is the first step to the body doing anything. So when we supplement with redox molecules, they're totally native to the body. Yes. So when I say native, blueberries are natural, but they're not native to the body, whereas redox is native to the body. Your body knows exactly what to do with it because it's, I know what that is. I can know what to do with it. So,
nice.
So and they're not, there's sometimes people get a pretty quick response, and other times it takes maybe up to 3 months before they can get, depending on how long you've had whatever it is that you're dealing with, etc.
Yeah, what underlying conditions and all that. Pretty healthy, it might just even make you feel better if you need to.
Energy.
Energy.
Boost energy. Yeah. So every decade we tend to produce less and less of them, which is the natural aging process. But if we can supplement them, and you can also, there's a supplement that you take which works from the inside out, and there's also a gel that you can put on the outside which works from the outside in. Cool. So beautiful for skincare and things like that. So
I love it. You've got a few comments here. A few people, your retreat buddies are watching. A lovely mix of somatic healing and esoteric magic from Kim.
Ooh, nice. I love that. Yeah. Can I use that?
yeah, you can. Sexier. Kim says roadblocks are often excuses. Kitty Cheng says emotional freedom techniques. Yes, we Chinese do it. So she does that as well. So thank you guys for commenting, and I'm sure Mandi will get back to you after the live. So if people get your book, let's go back to the book. What will they get out of it? What will they find out?
Okay, so the book itself takes you on a journey of discovering yourself and what makes you tick, right through health and happiness and happy souls, and about redox, so healthy cells. I'm right into cellular health, so I'm a cellular health coach as well. And then we go through attitude, and then zapping the negative, but also finding the zing in life, finding how to get that energy flowing and the energy routine. And then we work through how to take action, how to develop an action plan, how to really develop your why, your treasure map. I like to call it a treasure map rather than.
I love all these words you've got going.
No. Yeah, I love playing with words. I've really enjoyed playing with words. Yeah. That's been the fun part about writing the book, is creating words. It's been really fun.
Yeah.
And then takes you, the final step is the magic of belonging and the magic of the universe. So we're taking you right from self and cells right through to the bigger picture. So that's the journey that you go through the book.
Oh, I love that. Beautiful. Yeah. And how, so what are some of the intentions behind the book? What have you created? So you're saying online courses. There's some online courses that you have.
Yeah.
What else? How else do you work with people? Just so if anyone listening knows what else they can check out about you.
Yeah. I've run 12-week courses. I'm in the middle of a 6-week course at the moment. Next year, I'm planning on doing a 12 months, because each of the topics in the book is huge, and you can't integrate it into your life in a week. So what I'm doing is basically based on the 12 chapters in the book, month by month, we will really dig deep and explore each of those things. So the whole, I don't know whether you can see on the front of my workbook, there's a little model there which says explore, explode, excite.
Yeah.
So if you can explore things, you can gain clarity about things, and then you can explode the myths. And once you've exploded those myths, you can then, you gain confidence to get excited, and that gives you choices. So then you can explore your choices and you go back around the cycle again. So, and thanks to one of your wonderful authors that helped me develop my model. So,
nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's what I like to run people through in the course. So next year it'll be much more of a 12-month sort of membership type thing, monthly subscription.
And is this all on your website?
It's all on my website, which is mandistevenson.com. Very easy to find.
Easy, but Mandi spelled M-A-D-N-D-I.
Mandy with an I.
With an I. And Stevenson normal with a V.
With a V. Stevenson with a V, just like it's under my name there written, but I guess for podcast that's a bit hard to see, so yes.
Yeah, for the audio people, M-A-N-D-I and then Stevenson with a V there, .com only. Yes?
.com.
Yeah, I love it. And that's where also Mandi's book is. If you want to check it out, let me show you guys one more time the book cover. So you can see it a bit closer up, that it is Shazam, discover your aha moments and take that quantum leap. Of course, if you get it directly from Mandi, she will sign it and send it to you. But the book is available on online stores as well. It's distributed out to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all of your good online stores. So final thing is, how did you find the process? I mean, you were pretty fast in and out and all that kind of stuff. Talk to me about the 48-hour author program and the support.
It was fabulous. I got a lot out of it, Nat. I'm a process type person, so it was really good to be able to follow the process, and I can thank Stu for the cover.
Yes,
because it was his idea. We'll do this, and I thought, okay, so that's been a signature since. So that was great.
Every time I say Shazam, I want to do this.
Everyone does the same. Yeah. What does Shazam mean to you? I have no idea where the name came from. That was about sitting in the chaos, and that was just an aha moment. It was called Shazam.
Yeah,
and I think follows the letters in
Shazam. I don't know. Don't you think it's like
absolutely? It does for me. Yeah, if it's a real aha moment, it's a Shazam. Yes.
And the word comes from almost a magical, from magic. Yeah.
Yeah, so it takes you right through to so each of the letters in Shazam relates to chapters in the book. So we go through the letters.
What did the letter stand for? Can you tell us?
Self. Health and happiness.
Oh, yep.
Attitude,
yep.
Zapping the negative and zing through life.
Yes.
Action.
Yes.
And magic. Magic of belonging. So yeah, but that was all developed through the process that I went through with you, and working out the chapters and unpacking the chapters was really, really useful. That was a fabulous thing to do, and finding what you really wanted to, what were the outcomes, and what were the, if someone says, I don't get it, because you tend to write assuming everyone gets what you're saying.
Yeah.
Of course. But having that sort of question in the back of your mind, what if I don't understand what you're saying? How can I explain it better? So yeah, the process was really, really good. Loved the retreat, loved being able to just sit down and do it. And thanks COVID, I guess, we were able to just take the time to do it. So I love the online stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. Is it do you nowadays work online and offline, or what's the kind of
the mix
ratio, the mix?
Yeah, well, because I'm a kinesiologist and spinal flow therapist, so I do see clients on a face-to-face basis. You know, and as a practitioner, I can help 50 to 100 clients, but with redox molecules and the way that spreads, I can help thousands. So that's why I focus on getting the message of the redox out to the world. And doing my online courses helps to do all of that as well. So yeah,
amazing. So the online courses, are they connected to the book, or is there a few couple of them that you have?
There's a couple. I've got one that's called Lift Your Vibes, which is just a very short $47 series of self-motivated videos. There's no interaction with me. And then I've got From Stuck to Shazam, which is this, or Power Your Potential, From Stuck to Shazam, which also goes into redox molecules a lot more. And then I've got the Ultimate Shazam, which is the 12-month package.
I love it. You've learned lots of little things.
I have.
It wasn't just about the book, but I love how you've packaged stuff. That's why I'm asking a bit more about it, because I love that there's like a lower level and then there's a middle level, and then someone wants to really do this, hand holding and all that kind of stuff, and then they go with
there's online content, so that's all videos that they receive. Then we do a weekly mastermind discussion. Or next year with a full month, whether that's a masterclass and a mastermind in alternate weeks, so that people don't have to be on every week. And then there's also the opportunity for one-on-one coaching with me too.
Beautiful. Well, I love how you've packaged and organized it all, and the book is the backbone to everything. And your business card on steroids, as we like to say. And it's wonderful to hear, and I can't wait to see what's happened in 12 months time and all the evolution. I mean, already so much you said evolved from after the 6 steps and all that kind of stuff that you have come up with. So congratulations. So guys, go get Mandi's book. She's awesome. MandiStevenson.com, and leave a review if you've read it. That I'm sure that would be very much appreciated. And I really appreciate your time this morning. I mean, I'm going to be doing this.
Yes. Just activating a few meridians.
I have so many calls today. In between every call, I'm going to do that and get on the next call.
And breathe. Just take a few deep breaths.
I love it. I really appreciate that, Mandi. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Success, and hopefully I get to see you face to face one day soon now, Rimbula.
Absolutely.
Well, that place came from Stuart. Short Point is his spot. He said, if I died, my ashes need to be spread at Short Point.
Right, okay. And if you come up here and don't tell me, I will be very cross.
So. Oh, no. We definitely, and Diane, the author that introduced us, actually, she has family there, so maybe one day it'll
that's a good idea.
Yeah. I love that.
Fun.
Beautiful. Have a great week ahead. Go smash it out, guys. Everyone
smash it out. Yes.
And we'll talk soon. Bye.
Thanks, Nat.
Pleasure.